All right, guys. So, thank you guys for clicking on this video. Fix my hat for a second. All right, there you go. All right, this video is going to be about Gresham's law and why it can't be applied to cryptocurrency. And so, this is a response to this video here. You might hear a truck in the background, so please excuse that. But I tried commenting on this guy's video and he deleted my comments, so I decided to make a video about it. But no harm to this guy or anything like that, but obviously a response needs to be made. So in this video, and not just in this video, but anyone else who tries to use Gresham's law to apply to crypto usually has these type of points where, at least in this video, the guy was saying that there are some attractive things about deflationary currency. He has stated something along the lines of, obviously in the future, we don't know exactly when, but there'll be more use case for your money because purchasing power will increase. Hence the definition of deflation. But he says that because of that very fact, Bitcoin, and he uses Bitcoin and cryptocurrency kind of interchangeably, which I do not like when people do that. But anyway, he uses it interchangeably. He says Bitcoin, because of its deflationary nature, it means that it's less likely to be used as a currency in the future. And he says he uses the justification of Gresham's law, which is that bad money pushes out the good, essentially comparing fiat to crypto here, which is like, why would I spend Bitcoin when I could spend fiat, knowing that fiat is going to depreciate in value in the future while Bitcoin should appreciate? And this is an argument given to cryptocurrency beginners, and that's okay, but it's quite misguided in my eyes. And so my kind of arguments are the following, which is Gresham's law is accurate only if products or services in this case are priced at the same nominal price with one another. The law, I don't know why that's capitalized, but let's just change that. There you go. The law assumes prices can't change dependent on currency type. So, for example, we have this little kid's bike here. Let's say that it would cost you $65 in US dollars or any fiat currency, and then $65 in Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency. And so the logic here is that yes, obviously, if they're exactly $65 each, there wouldn't be a use case for me, or there could be, I guess, in terms of to avoid taxes, possibly if it's an online purchase, but to keep everything above board, I wouldn't spend Bitcoin here instead of US dollars. Simple as that. I want my Bitcoin to appreciate in value, and me giving up the exact same amount for fiat doesn't make sense in this example. However, my another counter argument is that if a business wants the good currency, despite it being let me rephrase that. So if a business wants the good currency, a mismatch of prices will incentivize customers to pay in good currency to capture deals as discounts. So let's say that the business wants Bitcoin instead of US dollars. They say that, all right, I don't care about the fluctuations at all. I know that Bitcoin or Ethereum, BNB, whatever, is a better currency overall, and I know that in the future it will appreciate. So I want a discount, as we have here, instead of it being $65. If I offer that bike, that very same bike, no difference in terms of mechanics, no difference in utility, color, quality, etc., is going to be the exact same, except I'm going to offer it for a 38% discount or 10%, 20%. This is just hypothetical figures here. But if I had it for $40, who wouldn't purchase? Not necessarily who wouldn't, but you can definitely say that there would be a higher argument or for people using Bitcoin in this example than they would US dollar, because to them, they say, all right, I'm going to purchase $40 worth of Bitcoin, and then in 30 minutes, I'm going to sell the $40 worth of Bitcoin. I'm not going to sit here, wait for it to appreciate, depreciate. For me, it's the same. And on the perspective of the business, it's like, all right, I got $40 worth of Bitcoin instead of, $65 worth of USD. So another on the next slide here, if instead of Bitcoin, if Walmart had Walmart token, this would make much more sense, because it would have a central management of the currency's appreciation. So since Walmart, let's say Walmart is the one who's selling the bike there, since Walmart would have faith in its own currency's performance in the long term, it wouldn't mind discounting products in its own currency. This $40 for the bike needs to appreciate by 62.5% upwards, obviously, over an indefinite amount of time to make up for the initial discount. So after appreciation, that $40 of Walmart coin could be then worth up to $65, $100, $200 plus in the future. unlike with USD, that would never be able to happen. So it's kind of like accepting Bitcoin instead of USD for products back in 2011. So someone might look at the previous slide and say, hey, so obviously, why would a business person want to sell this for such a discount? So let's say it's a 38%, let's say it's only a 10% discount, right? If you have a 10% discount on a product, you only need a roughly about 11% appreciation to make up for that price difference. So it's like, if you knew where Bitcoin was going to go back in 2011 and knew that was going to go up to 70,000 whatever, $70,000 for its all time high, it will be very stupid, pretty much extremely stupid not to accept that deal, because it's like, all right, I might lose a little $25 here on this bike, but I'm getting $40 worth of Bitcoin when Bitcoin's worth what, $100, $200, $300 instead of where it's going to eventually going to be. So instead of necessarily today, where we have Bitcoin and we have people in El Salvador trying to accept Bitcoin for their businesses, it's going to be a little bit difficult for this to be the case, because what businesses have to worry about is price of fluctuation with Bitcoin. Is going to be at 20,000 this week, going to be 30,000, 10,000, whatever. However, if they have their own currencies from the beginning and they have it from the jump, as in like $0 and 0 cents, and they own the majority share, let's say they own 30%, 40% of the token supply, the case for fluctuation wouldn't be the exact same, because they've owned it since the bottom floor, which I hope you guys can understand that. So another slide here. How likely is it that companies would misprice? So misprice, referring to this example here. And my idea is going to be extremely likely. So we know this to be true from in-house brands such as Great Value. And Great Value, if you guys don't know, that's Walmart's in-house store brand. So they sell anything from marinara sauce to food to, I think, even like some household appliances, or not appliances, but actually shit, it might be appliances or like toilet papers and stuff like that. So they sell quite a few things, and they purposely sell it for cheaper price than their competitors. But obviously, they still have official Kellogg's, they still have official whatever, but this is their cheaper brand. So Great Value brought in a total of $27 billion into Walmart back in 2020. So now imagine if that's significant. Now imagine if a significant portion of Walmart's overall $559 billion annual revenue back in 2021 was purchased using Walmart token. Would the company itself care in the long term about that little $25 discount or loss it would take on that bike? Or would it have faith that sometime in the future, that 63% plus appreciation is highly likely, especially if burn mechanics are applied? So, yeah, if Walmart is having $559 billion worth of revenue, and let's pretend that the majority, if not all of that, is coming from the Walmart token instead of US dollar, the market cap on Walmart coin would have to be at least what, $2 trillion, $3 trillion, $4 trillion, like at bare minimum. And so we're gonna have not just customers buying this, but it's also gonna be hedge funds from around the world. It's gonna be speculators, etc. So it's not just gonna be revenue directly from sales of goods and services. So for Walmart to expect not to get a 63% appreciation ever in history, that would be kind of crazy. And just for context, Bitcoin did a 100x in its first month. So it's like, we're not talking about, Walmart to the moon or that's just 100,000x, whatever. It's like literally a 63% appreciation, like uncompounded over a year. That's 5% a month. Some stocks do that. So for this cryptocurrency to happen, for this to happen within the Walmart cryptocurrency, it's very unlikely for this not to be the case. And so my closing argument here is that this should be very exciting to people who understand economics. If companies of all sorts created their own cryptocurrencies, just like they did, just like they all eventually created their own apps and websites, we will now have companies competing to have customers purchase their cryptocurrencies instead of their goods and services. So now their goods and services will kind of act like as loss leaders in a sense. So just so an example of the kid's bike, companies will drive prices down as far as possible, in my opinion, even possibly past costs, to secure their consumer base purchasing and using their token for the sake of appreciation. So in layman's terms, it is now possible to short sell inflation, which is epic. So that same bike, for example, if you went back, let's say in 1980, I'm sure this bike probably cost what, $20, $30. Now it costs $65. So because now of this mispricing, what Walmart coin would be doing is that it'll be selling the price for, let's say, instead of $22, let's say it's gonna be selling the price of that bike for $2,005. Let's say that's the inflation calculator there. So we're now reversing inflation backwards instead of always adding onto it, where the bike would cost $80 in the future, $100, $150 in the future. Now we're reversing price, but we're also doing it profitably, where instead of just losing out on that $25, we're now hoping on an appreciation or counting on appreciation to make up for that loss. So you can do this for houses, you can do this for cars, you can do this for quite a few things. This mispricing, and it's only beneficial though that is not. It's only beneficial for businesses to do that if they have their own currencies that their customers are purchasing in. If they try to do this in Bitcoin or Ethereum, some currency that they don't own the majority supply of, this will not work. But with their own currencies, it will. And so this has led to my creation called the corporate token. And I'll explain that in a different video, I guess. But yeah, this was the video about why Gresham's Law can't really be applied to cryptocurrency. And final statement is just because it assumes that prices of the goods and services will remain the same nominally in the good currency and the bad currency. So thank you guys for watching this very first in-depth crypto video for Watch to Earn. Many more are going to come. I'm going to explain more so about what the corporate token is, which would be, I guess, Walmart token in this case. And then I'm going to explain the overall theory about it, which is going to be crypto globalism. And crypto globalism is my idea for an economic system that can outcompete Bitcoin. Or not Bitcoin, I'm sorry, capitalism. So, yeah. Look out for that and catch you guys in another video. Peace.